Hi friends, today we'll look at angles and its types. So what's an angle? Consider two lines or rays, okay? Let's say they intersect at a point here, let's say B, let's say A, B and BC. These are two lines, they intersect. Angle is the measure of the deviation. What is the deviation here? If I say, let's say two lines lying on one another, let's say I have PQ and XY also on the same, deviation is 0. There is no deviation. But when you take this example, AB is away from BC, right? So the deviation is called as angle, and angles are measured in degrees. For example, 30 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees and so on. So when we talk about angle, we consider a line, right? And another line. Let's say if this is an angle, it would be this much. Around the point when we talk, it starts from this, let's say, and goes completely. So that is called as full angle. And this full angle is considered to be 360 degrees. So how is that? Let's say I have this point, and if I draw quadrants there, so this complete full angle is considered to be 360 parts. So each of those parts would be called as degree. So when you take a straight line, if I'm only considering this much, there is half of the full, right? So the straight angle will be half of 360 parts, right? So that would be 180. So a straight angle is going to be 180 degrees. In the same, when I mentioned about four quadrants, if you look at, there are four: 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one would be equal to 1/4 of 360. So that would be 90. Right? These are definitely the conventions. One full angle, since it is considered to be 360 degrees, we getting the straight angle as 180, right angle as 90. Okay, and you need to remember one thing: whenever there is a right angle, you will see a small square here. The square will be shown, that indicates it's 90 degrees. Okay, and anything less than this, let's say this angle, okay, see that if this was 90, this is lesser than 90, right? So this is going to be called as acute angle. It's smaller than 90, so it is acute angle, something which is less than 90. What if it is between 90 and 180? Let's say this angle is 90. If I have an angle which is more than this, like this, so this big angle is going to be called as obtuse angle. So obtuse angle is more than 90 and less than 180, right, up to here. And once it touches this would become a straight angle. So we know full angle is 360 degrees, straight angle is 180, right angle is 90, acute is less than 90, obtuse is between 90 and 180. So when we take about a line, let's say this one, and I imagine a vertex here and this angle vertex, if I have another line like this makes an angle with this part as 1 and this has another one, right? Let's say I call it as X and Y. So X and Y are called linear pair. They are the pair of a straight line, right, which makes together as 180. So if X plus Y, the angle X plus Y is equal to 180, we call that as supplementary angles. Obviously the linear pair and supplementary angles are same. On the other side, if I have a right angle and then I have, let's say, angle A and B, and the sum of them is 90, we call them as complementary angles. So complementary angles add to 90 degrees, supplementary add 180 degrees. Any two angles on the same line would be called as linear pair, and that definitely with this right angle we consider. Though degrees are the measure units that we use normally for angles, sometimes we also consider radians. Radians are used in calculus, trigonometry, and higher studies. We move on from degrees to radians because it helps in understanding variables and things. So, to remember what are radians, how they are connected, the simple way is consider 2 pi is equal to 360 degree, and definitely pi becomes 180 because 2 pi is 360, pi becomes 360 by 2, and pi by 2 is 90, and pi by 3 would be 60, and so on. You have to remember this part. 2 pi is 360 degrees. This is helpful in trigonometry, and pi is nothing but a irrational number, but here it is used for the notation. So we learned angle. Angle is a measure between two intersecting lines, and angles are denoted by this. If it is at the vertex A, it's going to be written as angle A. If it is at angle X, it should be written like this. They are measured either in degrees or radians. Full angle is 360, straight angle will be 180, right angle is 90. Anything less than 90 is acute. Between 90 to 180 it's called as obtuse angle. Complementaries angles add up to 90, supplementaries add up to 180. And looking at the radians, if you have, you can convert and find out the remaining angles. Let's say pi by 2 is 90, pi by 4 is 45, and so on. Thank you for watching this video.